Alright, so this is this month's Sealed League, Homecoming, Week 1. Now let me just open the packs and we'll see if we, just a general look at the cards, and then I will do the whole analysis. So first up, Defiance, and we have Burn Them All, which is a great removal. Bear Arms, Loyal Falcon, Aerial Spotter, Display of Vision, Shingane Forge. So yeah, some good cards in here for sure. Bizarre Stampede is a bit bizarre. How bizarre, how bizarre. On the other hand, we have Cliffdiver Mantisaur, we have Mischief Yeti, Oni Samurai, Colossal Beastmaster. These would be great in an Ixen deck, especially given what we saw in the previous pack. We also have Lethrai Hideaway, Maddening Whispers, and Mobrel, amongst decent cards. Pack number 3 is Corendon Cargo. We have a couple of Pledge units, a Bannerman, a Clan Hunt color, but this is a bad pack in general for Sealed. Now a single full of Argentport pack gives us Sandstorm Scarf. Yeah, that's not playable at all. We have Uncle Cutter, we have Magus of Celerity, we have Skycrew, Cliffside Caretaker, a Shiny Advanced Scout, so a couple of decent cards in this pack at least. Omens of the Past. And we got a legendary, and it's an unplayable legendary in Mask of Torment. And honestly, Minotaur Oathkeeper, Skycrack Banner, Pummel, maybe Icebow. The rest is just garbage. Forgotten Find is also unplayable in Sealed. High Wind Glider is okay as Longshot Marksman, Emerald Ring, Bring Down, and Strength of Many. Probably Roosting Elm, but not that much. Next up, Thorns of Spiders is a good card. Outland Sniper is good. Cobalt Acolyte is great. Deathstrike is great. Blackguard Sidearm is okay. Civic Peacekeeper is quite good. Ossidian Golem is quite great. And last and certainly least, we have Roland, the Iron Fist. Hero of the People, I'm not a great fan of that card, but there is Rampage, Crownwatch Deserter, Sky Snapper, Flash Freeze, and maybe Cabal Recruiter. Okay, so these are the packs. Now, first up, after just opening and seeing what we have, the first point of analysis for me is usually just seeing all the rares and legendaries we got in here. So, yeah, we got 2 legendaries. Roland is playable if we're into heavy control, and Mask of Torment is not playable. Burn Them All is great. Torrent of Spiders is decent. Corendon Cargo is just seek power in those specific colors, but if you are playing at least 2 of those colors, then yeah, it should be great. So honestly, nothing great here so far. So let's move on to point 2 of my usual going through the Sealed deck pool, and that is good card count. So let's see in which colors do we have how many good cards. So in red, in fire, we have 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6.5, so not the greatest. In time we have Be Gone, so that's 1, 2, 3 maybe, so not the greatest. In green we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so green is good. In blue we have 1, 2, 3, because it's a flyer, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In shadow we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. There's additional Magus of Celerity, Brilliant Discovery. Okay, Bear Arms, Crownwatch Deserter, Burn Them All, Topaz Drake, Obsidian Golem, Clan Hunt Color, Bring Down, Glider, Lethrai Hideaway, Colossal Beastmaster, Bannerman, Alchemical Blast. Okay. So we are deep in the blue and green for sure. We have some shadow cards, but we do also have a couple of good red cards, especially Burn Them All, but it has a double red requirement. Point 3 on my agenda is seeing how much fixing we have. So we have Bannerman, that's just the ultimate fixing. We have Display of Vision, but if we're playing these 3 colors, so that doesn't count. We have Current and Cargo if we are in at least 2 of these 3 colors. Last Scroll doesn't count as fixing. Skycrack Banner, okay, and a couple of pledges. So only Skycrack Banner and Bannerman. So that's not the greatest. And last but not least, point number 4. Let's look at synergies. Do we have any synergies in here? Granite Ring is for going wide. Are we going wide though? Probably not. We have Shingen Forge if we are going wide, but we don't have any token generation like Manufacture or Assembly Line or Grenadine Drone or Scavenge, at least from what I remember so far. Time cards are just bad. Green is quite good. Hero of the People. Okay, we have War Cry, for example. We have some flyers. We have some endurances. We do have Roland, and we want to be playing as much green as possible. So there's that. We have some flyers and early blue stuff. Sure. And in shadow, not that much really. I mean, we do have a couple of removals and turned off spiders. So for me, as far as I'm looking at it, it's either Huru with red or with shadow. And I think I would go with red, honestly, because there's a couple of better cards there. Alrighty, so now that I've talked a bit about the card pool, let's just take a look at the specific color combination that I have talked about, which is red, green, blue, just good old Ixen. Let's put all decent cards that we have in there. Maybe, okay, let's just put them all, put all the cards that are at least playable-ish. So Grit is not getting in there. Okay, so if I put all my Ixen cards in here, we are left here with 43 cards. Let's look at the influence requirements now, where we have doubles or triples. So for now, nothing. Double green here, double green here, double red here, double blue here, double green here, triple green here, so a lot of green for sure. Another double red, so we have double red on Shingen Forge and Outland Sniper. We have double blue on Cliff Diver Mantisaur so far, and double red on Burn Them All. So if we were to go into Rakano Splash Primal, those would be the main cards, the main colors. Alright, now let's look at the curve. So we can curve out early in Huru. On 2 we only have Ankle Cutter, Bannerman, Portent Reader, really. But we do have 4 1-drops, that's great. On 3 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. On 4 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 we have 1, 2, 3. On 6 we have 1, 2, 3. And on 7 we have 1, 2. And Roland. So we both have very early game and very late game. Now the question is, how can we trigger those Mischief Yetis? And the answer is yes, we can trigger them. Too bad we can't put Barams on Mischief Yeti on turn 2. Yeah, Fortune Ring. Unfortunately, while Emerald Ring is okay, Granite Ring not that much. I think I'd rather leave Emerald Ring in here. Now, with green being the main color, the question is our second one blue or is it red? And I think I'm going with blue, although we have that burn them all. Because I don't want to go third this, third this, third this. So we gotta cut down on one of the colors and cut down on it hard. So it's if we cut down on red, it's gonna be bye-bye this and this and this and these. And now we are left with 8 red cards. And that's Burn Them All, Rampage, Pummel, Bare Arms, Topaz Drake, Colossal Beast Master, and Ankle Cutter. So if we... and Crownwatch Deserter. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, sorry, that was 8. Yeah. Can we cut on the Ankle Cutter? Probably yes. Do we have any Endurance or Lifesteal units? Yes, we do. But this one doesn't count, honestly. If we cut down on Ankle Cutter and on red cards in general and just leave stuff like Crownwatch Deserter, which has great stats, and a Warcry at that, and on Rotorsmith, on Roosting Owl, Aractodon, and Topaz Drake. And we're getting there, we're slowly getting there, down to 32 cards. So Pummel or Rampage? Pummel or Rampage? And I think I would rather keep Rampage, because this is for that final push when the opponent is just blocking as much as they can. Also, Alchemical Blast is not the greatest thing ever. But we do have a ton of units, especially those 5s and 6s. And I think we have to cut down there as well. Okay, we have Flyers, Warcriers, Recklessers, Endurancers, Aegisers, Overwhelmers. I think we might even cut down on that Rampage, because it is in the splash color. On 3s we are the highest, so we can cut Crownwatch Deserter as well. If we cut Colossal Beastmaster, Barams, and Burn Them All, we're just Huru. And I think this is where we will end up, honestly. Because, yeah. So, if we were cutting red and cutting red and cutting red, now let's just get back here and see what cards I pulled out. Talon Dive. Well, this might do the trick, even. Aractodon, Aractidoo, or Aractodon. Oh, yeah. So, let's cut 3 units. Okay, it's gonna be that Aractodon, sure. 1s and 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can cut a Rotorsmith once again. And here... this is a big Warcry. So I think... I think Glider can go, because it's going to be one of those two. And we have a ton of Flyers, so Talon Dive unfortunately has to stay in. These are the Flyer Wars. Yeah, Civic Peacekeeper can do stuff. And we do have a ton of Flyers. Sure. Yeah, I think Glider can go. We're trying to be a bit faster here. Okay, once again, let's take a look at the power. We don't have any multi-action power, so let's just add here. It says 10 and 8, given that we are running half and half on Justice and Primal. But on the other hand, we have much higher Justice requirements in Roland and Roosting Owl and Loyal Falcon and Aerial Spotter, and that's it. Because from blue we only have Cliffdiver Mantisaur. When it comes to pledges, we have 2 green pledges and 2 blue pledges. So theoretically we could go 1 lower on the power count, but on the other hand we only have Bannerman as far as power fixing is concerned, so I would rather keep it as is. Okay, this deck seems quite mediocre, honestly. But given that we are running just 2 colors in week 1 of Sealed, and remember in week 1 of Sealed, the average power level of the decks is obviously lower than in week 4. So it's week now, just week, not week 1, just week. Also, we have some early game. We can count some of our 1-drops as 2-drops. For example, those Mischief Yetis would work if they were 2-drops as well. We're weak on 2, but we're heavy on 3, and we have a ton of late game. We have a ton of flyers. We don't have that much interaction or removal, so that's bad. But here's to hoping. Yeah, going 2 colors means that we can probably have 2 more wins than with us going 3 color without any fixing. Also, the opponents can just also fizzle on their 3rd color. Okay, so that's the theory. Now, practice.